Now look, man, something quite interesting happened, right? So Big Zulu was recently on the Ria and Blackstaff podcast, and they asked him a couple of questions. One of those questions being Cassper Nyovest claiming to save SA hip hop and killing it and reviving it whenever he feels like it. So they asked him about that, and Big Zulu had quite a mouthful to say, even though he was being humble and respectful about it, but you can tell where the lines were drawn. So let me just play this clip because it's about 2 minutes, and I just want to keep this video under 7 minutes, hopefully. So yeah, let me just play it.
Uzobona.
Because people are thinking you're dropping a diss track.
No, ngidise bani.
SA hip hop, there's nothing going on.
No, inkinga phela abantu bakhulumela into abayifunayo. Yes, ku-100 bars ngizokhuluma. The way ngifuna ngakhona na the way ngifila ngakhona. Ngeke ungitshele ukuthi ngithi if umuntu onjengo Cassper uyakhona ukuthi kumele sibuyise rap back at yeni rap iyofa.
Yeah, he says he put it in a coma and he can wake it up whenever he wants to. Clearly saying you guys are just sleeping. You guys are not even around. You guys don't exist.
Ngizazathola umfana ngitolikele kahle ukuthi uchaza ukuthini ngibe ne-show because ezinye izinto ngizwile ukuthi umina
look at me now. Let me tell you this. He says not to you personally, but you're part of SA hip hop.
So to me, man.
to you, SA hip hop.
Yeah.
He says he inspired all of y'all niggas.
Why you rap?
He inspired you.
Why you rap?
No, but then let's be honest. For me, I found out about you through I'm a Million. And Cassper Nyovest gave you a nice verse. Nice verse. So what is your relationship with him then, Cassper?
The reason why angena kuma Million is because bemazi uBig Zulu bengeka vela ngene kumuntu. Yes, ngangaziwa ngoba ngangekho ema-radioweni but yena wayemazi uBig Zulu. Wayemazi uBig Zulu kanti ngaphandle kokuthini uCassper ngiyamhlonipha ngamagalela sewenzile nanokusebenza nje kanzima kwakhe nanokumela yena ezindoda ngiyamhlonipha kakhulu anginayo inkinga ngisho encane umfowethu nje nginokukhuluma naye so whatever ngingayisho kuye 100 bars kusuke ngasukuthi senginenkinga naye nginebeef naye o ngilwa naye khonto embayisho kimi cha ayikho into umfowethu akayisho kimi umfowethu engumhloniphayo mhlawumbe angasho ukuthi nginginspire ngathi nge-hip hop ngirephe mina akazi kwakuthi ha umkhonto yini akazi ngabe record akazi lutho akazi ushunwe enkaba akazi lutho ngalezo zinto lezo so right mayekhuluma nabafana bakhe boskr laba abona nabo right aphelele lapha angadlaleli ngapha you understand ngoba cha injoba ngisho nizokhipha 100 bars 100 bars ngizokhuluma makumele ngigadle futhi kuyena ngizogadla ngendlela makumele ngikhuluma igama lakhe ngizolikhuluma angisabi ke futhi mina ngoba ngingalikhuluma nanoma ngihlangana nawe eshowini mawunenkinga nento engayisho wofika kimi uzongibuza ngizokutshela emlonyeni ukuthi hayi alikhi artist engalitshela uDoda engomeni malifika kimi ngisabe ukulitshela ukuthi ngitheni.
Now, as you guys just heard right there, man. But first, before I go on any further, shout out to Blackstaff. That was top tier instigating, bro. Shout out to Blackstaff, for pressing the issue. And also, Ria, you wanted to ask about the situation where you felt like Cassper Nyovest basically put Big Zulu on because he gave him that verse, but Big Zulu maneuvered around that answer in a very smart way, But yeah, let me just get into it, man. A quick background story before I get into this as to what led up to this question. So basically, Big Zulu will be dropping a song called 100 Bars, right? And it seems like it might be responding to what Cassper Nyovest said about SA hip hop, right? And this song basically is one of the songs where he name drops people. And it's basically saying, yo, look, if certain people can say something like this, that means we can address them. And I fully agree with Big Zulu because that means if you can send out a blank statement talking about SA hip hop, you are basically talking about everyone that's in SA hip hop, And Cassper even went far as addressing people that are not in SA hip hop, people like Focalistic, And apparently Big Zulu also tagged Cassper Nyovest you know, and I think that's dope, especially if he's gonna name drop him, you know, because apparently he can do it face to face too. I mean, Big Zulu is that guy, bro, you know. And yeah, man, but let me just get into it. So Cassper Nyovest and Big Zulu are guys that are pretty much, you know, cordial with each other. They respect one another, so that's kind of dope, you know. But what Big Zulu actually came out to say on this interview, what I gathered from what they talk about specifically on this SA hip hop thing, was, if you're gonna talk about SA hip hop, let's talk about it, you know. If you're gonna name drop people and talk about SA hip hop as if it's dead, let's talk about it. And what I like about him is that he went on to speak facts, you know, because he spoke about his numbers he's doing on Spotify, his numbers on YouTube. I mean, you can look it up, you know. Big Zulu is that guy. Like, a lot of people actually listen to Big Zulu, and I know he's probably slept on because he's not the guy we talk about on Twitter, you know. And Twitter is not really South Africa. Twitter is just a small portion of South Africa. The large part of South Africa is really not on Twitter like that, you know. And Big Zulu really is the right guy, you know, to address Cassper Nyovest. One, because the last hit Cassper Nyovest had in terms of music in general was the song Siyathandana. That's his own song. Around about that time, Big Zulu had a song called Imali Ningi with Ricky Rick and Indaba Dubai, right? And the good thing about that is Cassper Nyovest got a hit song that was piano based, right? As he went away to do amapiano because hip hop was not trending. Big Zulu stuck to hip hop and got a big hit out of that, you know. So I think he's the right guy because he can actually challenge him. And another thing I think that's super important for this conversation is the fact that they are really not that far apart when it comes to, you know, the numbers they have, you know, on the DSPs. Now, if I check out their Spotify numbers real quick, so Big Zulu has 345,000 followers, you know, and he has about 197,000 monthly listeners. And if we look at Cassper has over 743,000 monthly listeners. Now, that's a huge gap. And then when we talk about monthly listeners, Cassper is on 232,000, you know. I think this is not too far apart because Cassper Nyovest obviously has been in the game longer than Big Zulu and has also branched out to different markets in terms of, you know, Afro beats, amapiano. Now, granted, Big Zulu has went on to jump on amapiano beats, you know, but Cassper Nyovest's longevity and diverse music catalog will obviously play a role, you know. And shout out to Cassper, man. It's not like I'm trying to down him, but I'm just saying, like, there's a person that is actually, you know, in the same sort of league in terms of the numbers currently, you know, because the rest of these other guys, you know, are nothing if we exclude Blackie, Nasty C, a-reece, you know, and a few others, you know. So Big Zulu is actually one of those guys that are commercially successful if we are talking about SA hip hop, you know. And Cassper is also that guy, you know. Cassper Nyovest and Big Zulu are the right guys to go at it, even if we talk about if it was to get to a physical level, because it seems like if you challenge Cassper Nyovest on any level, he wants to take it to the boxing ring. So this is why I really like the fact that Big Zulu is the guy coming out of the gate, and I hope he actually addresses Cassper Nyovest and not really try to play, you know, friendly on that song. But yeah, man, I don't think there's beef because Big Zulu also said that he respects Cassper Nyovest and they talk frequently. So I do think this is, you know, a sort of like check, yo, even though we are cool, mind what you're saying because I'm under the umbrella that you're throwing shade on, you know. So, but yeah, man, so that's basically what I thought about this situation, man. You guys tell me what you think. You know, do you think if it was to go to a, you know, wax beef, who do you think will win? You know, and if it was to go on a boxing ring, who do you think will win? I mean, that's obvious, but yeah, shout out to Big Zulu. I really like the fact that he responded to Cassper Nyovest, you know. Yeah, man, it's your boy Kimosi BT. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe, like, comment, and share. I'm going again. Peace.